Morning, all. All right, so first video of the day. Of course, we just did the live stream. First video of the day. We're going to talk about the series between the Colorado Avalanche and the Nashville Predators. So I figure what better way to start than with this matchup between the team that clinched top spot in the West over a week ago and a team that ends up getting that final seed, the number 2 wild card. So of the series that are being played in the West, this is the most divisive when it comes to the vote. The channel vote currently 92% for Colorado. I'm wearing Colorado. I like their chances, but the numbers would tell you this could end up being closer than one might think. So during the regular season, 6-2 win for Colorado on November 27th. December 16th, a 5-2 win for Nashville. January 11th, a 5-4 win in overtime for Nashville. On April 28th, very recently, a 5-4 shootout win for Nashville. So the Predators have already shown that they can hang against the Colorado Avalanche. They can stay in these games. So while the vote is really one-sided in favor of Colorado, I think if you're the Avs, you probably would rather have played against Dallas just for if you're looking at the regular season numbers. Then we get into the special teams numbers for power play. Nashville's slightly ahead of Colorado, 24.4% to 24%. Penalty kill, Colorado's ahead in that one, 79.7% to 79.2%. Goal scoring, much in favor of Colorado. 3.76 goals scored as opposed to 3.19 goals scored per game for Nashville. Goals against also favors Colorado. They're allowing 2.83 goals per game. Nashville's allowing 3.05. And of course, the big question mark is going to be UC Saros and his health, right? So, overall records, Colorado 56-19-7. Their last 10 games, they were 4-5-1. They did lose their last game last night. And so it is going to be curious to see if they can just turn it back on in the playoffs. At home, a ridiculous 32-5-4. On the road, 24-14-3. On the Nashville side of things, they're 45-30-7 to finish out the season. Their last 10 games, they were 4-4-2. They lost last night against Arizona. So, yeah, we'll see how things go for them. At home, 25-14-2, and away from home, 20-16-5. So the overall numbers, again, seem to favor Colorado. When you go through the middle column, maybe not quite as much. So the last 4 years of playoffs for these teams, in 2018 for Colorado, they lost in the first round in 6 against Nashville. So Nashville's beaten them before. 2019, it was a round 2 series loss, 7 games lost. They lost 4 games to 3 against San Jose in the second round, is what I'm trying to say there. Of course, that was a controversial series. 2020, they lost in the second round again, this time against the Dallas Stars, again in 7. Last year, they lost in the second round in 6 games against the Vegas Golden Knights. I think this is the year Colorado breaks through, but we've thought that before. I've thought that before. We shall see. On the Nashville side of things, when it comes to playoffs since 2018, so for them in 2018, they lost in the second round in 7 games against the Winnipeg Jets. That was a great series. 2019, they lost in the first round against Dallas in 6. 2020, they lost the qualifying round in 4, 3-1 against the Arizona Coyotes. And last year, they lost in the first round in 6 against Carolina. So they've not won a round since 2018. So are they due? Is this the one that we've got a blind spot for, where maybe the underdog comes through and knocks out the favorite and we're all completely shocked at the time, and then we look back later and say, you know what, maybe we underrated Nashville. That may very well be the case. Key players for each team. So I went with 2 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender on this side. I went with 2 forwards, a defenseman, and a goaltender here, and I'll explain why. So Nathan MacKinnon is obviously your key forward overall. There are other very good forwards for Colorado, but 65 games, 32 goals, 56 assists, 88 points. MacKinnon had a fantastic year for the most part. I say for the most part because he did miss a lot of time. He has to stay healthy in the playoffs, obviously, but I like his chances of going on a bit of a run. Nazem Kadri, 71 games, 28 goals, 59 assists, 87 points. Not scoring at the same rate after he came back from injury as he was before the injury, but that's okay. Cale Makar, 77 games, 28 goals, 58 assists, 86 points. Makar's been absolutely lights out. Fantastic. Excellent. Could very well end up winning the Norris, and he's against another defenseman who could very well win the Norris. But I've got Bowen Byram on the board because in his 30 games, he had 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points. Byram is, to me, the ultimate wild card for the Colorado Avalanche. If he can stay healthy and play well, it gives them a really solid, strong defense. What sunk them last year was an inexperienced defense that just couldn't turn things around against Vegas. So we'll see how they react this year. In net, they have Darcy Kemper, 37, 12, and 4, 921 save percentage. His numbers take a bit of a hit with them taking a bit of a hit in the last couple weeks of the year, but still very good numbers overall. He had a pretty good year. On the Nashville side, Forsberg, who of course is a UFA this summer, 69 games, 42 goals, 42 assists for 84 points. Then there's Duchesne, 78 games, 43 goals, 43 assists for 86 points. And on the blue line, the big Norris Trophy consideration. For Yossi, 80 games, 23 goals, 73 assists, 96 points. He doesn't reach 100. And that was the hope, and that was what they were looking at, was can he reach 100? The answer is he does not. But still, the overall numbers for Yossi have been excellent, and I've seen this too. Yossi's not in the Norris conversation just because of his points. He's in the Norris conversation because he's a beast. He plays a lot of minutes, and he does very well defensively as well. And then there's Juuse Saros. So that's your big question mark with this, right? 38, 25, and 3, 918 save percentage. Without Saros, I think it's generally accepted this team does not have a great chance of winning the Stanley Cup, much less coming through and winning a round against Colorado. But it's going to be interesting to see how this one turns out. So, in the comment section below, let me know who you think will win this round. Will it be the Colorado Avalanche? Is this the year they finally break through? Will it be the Nashville Predators? And let me know why and who you're picking and all that fun stuff in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.